really don't even know how I went down that path because right now we're talking about solitude. We're talking about solitude and how we come back stronger. Oh, I think I was talking about creative, how about being creative. I don't know. But I'm so sorry. Have you ever felt like walking out of your front door and it feels like you're walking into a shouting match that you didn't sign up for? Or going to the grocery store. You want to make a quick trip to the grocery store to get one item, but you get stuck in aisle nine giving life advice to a complete stranger. If thriving in this noisy world, this overly chatty, noisy world, has ever left you feeling like, I don't know, drained, like it's a full time job, you're definitely not alone. Today, we're going to talk about how you can protect your peace, recharge your energy, and thrive on your own beautiful, quiet terms. Welcome to Antonia's Blissful Corner, the cozy little corner of the internet where introverts are always celebrated and never rushed. And of course, you're welcomed. If you're new here, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button because we are on the road to 500 subscribers. And I would love for you to be a part of this growing, quiet, powerful community. And if you've been here before, welcome back, fam. You know how we do. Please grab your tea, your cozy blanket, your water, your snacks, whatever it is that makes you feel good. And let's dive into how we as introverts cannot just survive, but really thrive, even when the world feels way too loud. Whew. And let's be real for 1 second. It's not just the noise that's overwhelming, it's the unexpected small talk, the random strangers who think a 5 minute I don't know, 5 minutes in line at the shop is an invitation to swap life stories. No, it isn't. It ain't. For introverts, even a friendly chat can feel like a full blown obstacle course. But here's the thing, thriving doesn't mean you have to become a master of small talk. It means knowing when and how to engage on your terms. Give yourself permission to keep interactions short, kind, and controlled. You're not rude, you're protecting your energy. Let me know in the comments what is your go to move when you just can't do small talk. I'm always looking for more ideas to add to my survival kit. Anyway, let's get into it. Number one, master the art of selective energy. Just because the world is loud doesn't mean that you have to tune into every station. You don't have to participate. Be intentional. Choose people, places, and conversations that nourish you, not drain you. You don't have to engage with every single thing or every single one. It's okay to smile politely, give a short answer, and keep it pushing. I mean, sometimes folks try to rope you into deep conversations, and if you're not up for it, just all right, and go. You're allowed to save your energy for spaces and people because sometimes we think that we have to engage, we sometimes to fit in or to not be labeled rude because sometimes like if you're not participating then you're a party pooper or you're antisocial or you're a Debbie Downer, all of the above. But sometimes you're just in your head and you just want peace. So always know that it's okay to be selective. Know when, know how, know who. Okay. Number two, create daily quiet rituals. Silence isn't a luxury for introverts, it's a necessity. We need it. Small, quiet moments are just, they are, that's how we recharge. Morning tea, a tech free walk, a few deep breaths by an open window. Tiny pockets of peace matter. For me, there are a few rituals that I love. In the mornings, when I have to go into the office, I like to get on off the train because I'm in New York and I go to Jersey. And I like to get off the train a few stops early. And I walk. I love to walk on the boardwalk. First of all, I'm a Scorpio and I love to be there near the water. I'm a water sign. And it doesn't matter the season, winter, spring, summer, fall, rain, shine, snow, it doesn't matter. I love to do that because it's a way for me to recharge. It's a way for me to be outside in nature. I love to take photos of the New York skyline, the birds, the geese, whatever. Like, I just love it. I love to see that. The boardwalk at that time of the morning, for the most part, it's not crowded. I was going to say empty, but it's not quite empty because you have like one or two people that's running or out walking their or dog. But nevertheless, for me, it is a safe space. There's no one trying to talk to me. And it gives me, I guess, time to charge my body and prepare myself for what's to come. Because by the time I get to the office, I am just in this quite nice, happy place. Like that place that when people come in, they be like, all right, tone it down. At least the people that I tolerate. Um, so that's one way. And another way is when I'm home, I like to go to the park to walk, take pictures of the wildlife, stop and talk to turtles, um, plan content, or simply just sit and just look around, look around. Because sometimes you don't have to be looking at something, you don't have to be watching something. Sometimes you can just be in a space and be still. It's a way to recharge. Sometimes you can choose, because I don't know how many, I'm not really connected to my phone like that. I used to consider it paperweight until I decided to become a content creator. So now I truly use it for that purpose, to create content. I have a lot of pictures and videos in that phone. Some people are connected to their phone, like they hear a ping and they're scrolling. Mm-mm, that's not me. I'm okay with leaving the phone. I mean, I walk with a phone, so that I can listen to music. I walk with my phone and one of my AirPods so that I can truly just enjoy quiet moments. Sometimes I have them in and I'm not listening, I'm just walking and observing. But it's my time. Drop a comment below. Let me know what's one quiet ritual that you do every day to recharge, including taking naps. Naps is actually something that I'm embracing now. There was a point in time when I used to be like, oh, no, 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 no. Napping is a waste of time. Napping, I'll sleep at night. But now I listen to my body. I can't do it at work. Sometimes I do this, but when I'm home, especially after a long day, or if I had an early start where I went for a long walk or run, when I come home like mid-morning or early afternoon, sometimes my body just feels like low. And in the past, I used to do everything in my power like a bad child to stay awake, but now I give in. I basically leave the phone or the computer or whatever in another room, and I go in my room and I lay down and I allow myself to just shut down. Sometimes I may not fall into a deep sleep, but I close my eyes and allow myself to just be at peace and be still in that moment so that I can, get rest, recharged, and refreshed. Number three, protect your mental real estate. Not every notification deserves your attention. You do not have to be on all the time. In fact, mute, pause, disconnect. Your brain deserves downtime also. It is precious real estate. There are people, I swear, like sometimes they ding, ding, and they're just looking and I don't know. I think that for me, I'm so disconnected because, first of all, my phone has been on mute for years. Since pre COVID, my phone has been on mute. That was a thing for me because I never wanted to be that person who is at a function or in church or even at work, and it's ringing. And first of all, at church, it's so embarrassing. Like, I've seen where people, their phone would start to ring and they're dinging. First of all, if phone starts to ring, everybody starts to look, who is it? Right? And then the person will start digging in their bag and they can't find it. They can't find, for some reason, like when you need to find the phone, you can't find the phone. Digging, digging, digging. When you get it, you start to fumble trying to figure out how to turn it off. And it's like, oh God. So I never wanted to be that person. I'm awkward as it is. So I don't need another thing that's going to basically add to that. Um, excuse me. Sometimes in the office, people have their phones on and it starts to ring. Same. People start to look like, who is that? And when they realize who it is, they're not there. They're not there to turn their phone off. And of course, sometimes, like when it's ringing, it stops ringing and it starts again because sometimes it could be urgent. The person isn't there. We all start looking at each other like, oh my God. And then we all start to wonder, are you going to turn it off? No one wants to. Everybody wants to turn it off, but no one will because no one wants to invade somebody else's privacy. However, right now, like we're all being disturbed, but it is what it is. So yeah, please mute your phone when you're in public settings. I mean, just common courtesy, no? Um, but yeah, like I want to know, like, do you have any rules for your phone or your social media to protect your peace? Share your tips with us below. As for social media, I'm on it. I think I did a video. I think I did a video a little while back saying that I'm on social media, but I'm not on social media. I record and post, but I don't really stay. I don't really stay in social media. I'm trying to get to a space though where I'm allowing myself to stay. And it's not that I don't want to. It's just that I'm growing more comfortable with it. I'm good at creating content. At least I think I am. No, I know I am. um, but it's the staying, right? So, I get the notifications and when I check, my email, I see, when people comment. So I go in and, I try to be mindful and at responding and interacting because that's what this is about. But when you're on all platforms or across multiple platforms, I mean, you get the ding, ding, ding. So I'm at the space now where I actually tune it out, not on purpose. I think it just happens. It's kind of like a parent who has a child that cries all the time or screams, whatever have you, and they have this gift where they just tune it out. So I have a friend who she has three boys, and there are times like when I'm in their presence, and if they're crying or whatsoever have you, she's just calm, and you basically like we're talking like this. Meanwhile, I'm like, and she's like, what? and, and then I realized, oh, okay, right. So I think for her, because she's accustomed to it, right? She's not. It's not alarming to her, but it's alarming to me because I'm not accustomed to it. So I think because I'm accustomed to being quiet and having my phone on silence, I don't hear it. Like sometimes, and even I have a watch and I get the notifications there also. But I think because I get so many, whether it's the doorbell camera, the front door or the side door, or if you have Ring and you're a part of the community, then you get those notifications too with people saying, oh, somebody stole my bag or oh, somebody stole my package, especially around Christmas time. Oh, just like random messages. So because it's always like some kind of a or like some kind of a reminder or something that alerts you, I don't look. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, but I don't look. I'm going to get to the point, however, where I will. I'm not making that promise. I'm not making that promise. I'm going to continue because honestly, it's the way that I maintain my peace. I don't know how people maintain their peace if every second they're trying to scroll to see like who just called or who just. I feel like if people call me and they don't get me, please leave a message or text. Text is preferred. Because my philosophy is this: if you call me and you don't leave a message, you didn't call me. That's just how it is. I'm going to treat it as a pocket dial. Um, I'm not going to say that I'm the best at responding to text messages because I'm not. I mean, I try. That's not true. I try. I do. I do try. But sometimes, I mean, if I'm recharging, I might miss it. And then what happens is other messages come in and bury yours. And so I don't see it. I might not see it for 2 days. So if you're watching this, do not get offended if you don't hear back from me right away. Because sometimes I truly, genuinely miss it because I'm either recharging or other messages bury it. And sometimes those other messages are bots. For real, for real. Infomercial. I don't know. Sometimes I miss it. I'll get back to you. But anyway, let me know below, like, if you have any rules. Share with me some tips that you have for protecting your mental real estate. Number 4, use solitude as a power source, not an escape. Solitude isn't running away, it's plugging in. Alone time isn't hiding, it's healing. It's where you refuel to show up stronger when you need to. There was a time when I used to feel like if I choose to remove myself and disappear, even if it's for an hour, I used to feel bad. Like I used to really feel guilty, like I was doing something wrong. Now I don't. I think as we grow older, we understand and recognize that we matter. And for introverts, recharging is a part of our daily routine. It's kind of like this thing. If we don't recharge it, it dies. So for introverts, if we don't recharge, we won't die. But we won't be of any use. I think it was last week I started to observe my behaviors, right? And then I realized that when I'm hungry, I get cranky. When I'm annoyed, I get cranky. When I'm tired, I get cranky. Allow me to recharge. Allow me to have my solitude. Allow me to be in my space where I can just refuel so that I can be a bigger, better me. The pandemic, I think for me, helped me to realize that it is okay to remove myself from certain places, right? And it also made me realize that I love being home. I love being by myself. I love being disconnected. I would like to believe that most introverts feel the same way. I mean, I think other people may feel the same way too. It's just that we do it for extended periods of time. Some people do it for like in spurts. Me, I'm just saying. you know, um, yeah, I truly am, and especially now that I'm learning more about myself and realizing that I'm weird, but not for I'm just weird. I think that everyone is weird in their own way. I'm a little awkward sometimes, um, but I love my company. A lot of people don't. Introverts do. So, when people ask, "Are you okay?" Like, "Are you lonely? Why are you alone all the time?" No, I'm not lonely. I love being alone, and I'm great. It's just what it is. Let me know though. Let me know in the comments below. How do you feel after you spend time alone? Do you feel refreshed? Do you feel creative? Do you feel calm? Drop it in the comments below. Because for me, that's me, all of the above. When I wake up in the morning, my brain is like boom, boom, boom. Like it's basically turning on every creative everything. So, you know, sometimes I tell people that I wish that I had a camera on me 24/7, because when my creative juices starts to flow, Lord have mercy, and there are not enough hours in my day to explore all of my creative ideas. And the reality of it is, like, so 2 years ago I used to spend a lot of time on the phone. And last year, when I was more focused on me, on my growth, and on creating my brand, I realized that if I'm spending time just chit chatting, I'm not, I don't, there's not enough time for me to do this. There were times when I would be on the phone for like 3, 4, 5 hours at a time. I kid you not. And, while I'm good at multitasking, you cannot really multitask when you have to do this. Like when you have to record a video, you can't be on the phone record. I mean, you can be, but that's a part of your stick. It isn't a part of my shtick, right? So, if I'm on the phone, I can't go to chat gpt and say, hey, I need a video, or I need a video or idea, or I need some kind of an idea, or hey kid, like, so this morning I was watching the Pope's funeral with my mom, and I had all these questions. I literally started to like Google, the order of importance, right? So I found that you have the deacons, then you have priests, then you have bishops, then archbishops, cardinals, then the Pope. I think it's in that order. I think it's in that order, and I don't think I left anyone out. So that was a thing. And then so my mom kept laughing at me because that was my brain the whole day, like, oh wow. Like, first of all, we love the colors of the robes, the beautiful cardinal red, and then that wonderful fuchsia. And I said to my mom, I wonder what came first, because this is how my brain works. I wonder what came first, the cardinal bird or the cardinal? And my mother sometimes, like, she just looks, she shakes her head and she's like, Lord have mercy. I can't help how my brain works. I actually love it, right? Because I love how I just have these hmm, random thoughts. While we were watching it, I observed that they have beanies, right? So they have. I said to my mother, okay, so then you have the cardinals in their red. They had the red beanie, but then they also had a beautiful red crown. Love it, right? When it was time for them to go and visit and view the Pope one last time, if I remember correctly, the cardinals went up and they basically did their thing and, did the crucifix and they walked away. And then I think it was the archbishops, maybe cardinal, archbishop, bishop. Yeah, I think it was the archbishop that were in purple, and they had on the fuchsia beanie. And when they went up to pay their final respects, they took off their beanie. So I said to my mother, did you notice? Of course she didn't notice that, because I think only introverts basically pick up on certain things, because like we're really, really tuned in. Anyway, I just basically went down a rabbit hole, but I just wanted to, I wanted to demonstrate how I don't even know. I really don't even know how I went down that path, because right now we're talking about solitude. We're talking about solitude and how we come back stronger. Oh, I think I was talking about creative, how being creative. I don't know. But I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But the reality of it is, when I'm when I'm refreshed and when I'm rested, but that's what it is. When I'm rested, my brain goes all over the place. I see a whole lot of things, and it's great. I think that we have like wonderful minds, because we basically get in there. We get in there, and it's fun. Oh my god, I love it. Anyway, moving on to the to the fifth and final tip. Redefine. Okay, Antonia, bring it back. Number 5, redefine what thriving looks like for you. You do not have to match the volume of the world to make an impact. Thriving doesn't mean being loud. It means being true to who you are. Maybe for you, thriving is being the calmest person in the room. There's nothing wrong with that. Or you could be the most intentional, or just the happiest in your own quiet skin. I'm all of the above, depending on the situation. So, in the office, if we're having a team meeting, I'm usually the quietest person. I sit, and my face is sometimes unrested. Now, one could say, looks mean. It looks like I'm not interested. It looks like, get me out of here. And it really is none of that. This is just me truly showing up and just observing, right? Um, it could be the most intentional. Now, I could be in that same room and there could be a conversation going on, and the conversation, like the meeting could be over, and I want to intentionally get up and leave. So I'll ask, are we through? Because the intent was to have a meeting. The intent was not to have a chit chat. So I know that some people may look at that as being rude, but I like to spend my time wisely. I mean, sometimes wisely could be me chatting with someone that I get along with, or wisely could be me being at my desk because it's month end close and I want to go get my job done. It can also look like the happiest person in her own skin. Now, again, in the office, that's me, depending on the person, depending on the day. There are a few people who I do get along with because I've been at this company for a number of years. It took a while for me to really get comfortable in that space. And now, a few people who were there when I started and observed my behavior, they remind me about how I used to be quiet, very, you know, to the point where um, people used to basically have jokes about me. Not in a bad way, not in a bad way, but, you know, I was being judged because that's what we as human beings do. We judge each other. And, fast forward, and it's funny because it wasn't until after we returned to the office after COVID that I started to basically get into certain people. And so that's how I learned that I was being judged in a good way. But for me, I was at this company for about a year before I allowed myself to connect with certain people. And it truly is only a select few. Now, because I have been around some of these people for that long, um, these are my people. So these are the people that I laugh with. So I often observe my behavior because then I wonder to myself, I guess those people over there must believe that I'm weird. Because when certain people are around, I'm like, can't get me to stop talking. And when it's them, it's like, yes, how can I help you? I mean, it's nothing personal. Well, it kind of is because I guess that they take it personally, but it really isn't meant to be taken personally. I think that we like who we like, and we laugh with who we want to laugh with. Be okay with that. Be okay with being true to who you are, right? Because a lot of people tend to do the, fake it to fit in. And I don't do that. I've never been the fake it to fit in person. I mean, I'll go along with the crowd. No, I won't. I've never gone along with the crowd for the most part. Um, but I will, like, if I have people that I appreciate, so take outside of the workplace, I will go along with my friends to an event, even if I really don't want to be there. Go to, for the support, for the moral support. In the office, I'm not one to do the whole happy hour thing. Never have been. I don't drink, so it didn't really make much sense for me. Um, and then oftentimes, like, if I'm going, I'm going for the sake of one person, which might not be, and it could be for the guest of honor. Let's pretend as if it's for the guest of honor. So I'm going for the guest of honor. I'll go show my face and leave because if I'm there for you, you can't pay me no mind because you're drinking, having a jolly good time, and you have other people that's there to celebrate with you. And so therefore, I give my permission to say hi and then make my Irish exit, and I'm gone. Because it's just who I am. Be okay with being you, your own authentic you. There's only one of you. Don't worry about being judged or labeled because at the end of the day, the people who are your friends, they're still judging you. They still talk about you. They still laugh at you. That's what people do. So yeah. Let me know below though, what does thriving look like to you? I would love for you to share your version in the comments. And there you have it. Thriving doesn't mean entertaining every single person, whether it's a stranger or a neighbor, right? It means choosing peace. It means choosing your peace first every time. Quiet power, always, always. If today's episode gave you a little encouragement or a laugh, or even just a smile, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 500 subscribers, and I would love to have you as a part of this beautiful growing family. And if you haven't already, please go grab my book. Where is it? Wait a second. I forgot to say, please like, and I already said to subscribe. So to share this with someone who will find value in this message. Hold on. If you haven't already, grab my book, Unlocking the Introvert, a pocket guide to understanding and interacting with introverts. It's really a small book. It's a pocket guide, and it's meant to help you, introvert, to understand some of your behaviors. And it also is for those of our family and friends, those people who appreciate us but don't really understand us. It's meant for them. It's meant to help them to understand us a little bit more. My book, Unlocking the Introvert, a pocket guide to understanding and interacting with introverts, is available at societyofintroverts.com, on Amazon, and anywhere books are sold online. So, my wonderful, quiet friends. No, friends. We're introverts. We are friends. Until next time, please stay powerful, stay peaceful, and keep shining quietly. My wonderful, what else? I need another. My wonderful, hmm, quiet. I think I said quiet already. I did say quiet already. My wonderful, spectacular, amazing friends. See you next time. Thank you.